the March for Life. Can we go to this again, guys, live, just as Mike Pence? And I want to point out, he just made a comment about how next week, and Donald Trump's announced this, President Trump said next week he will announce a choice for his nominee to fill the seat of the late Justice Antonin Scalia for the Supreme Court will be next Thursday, so we're less than a week away from that Supreme Court announcement. Mike Pence addressed that as well. We're going to play that for you later. That was happening during our radio break. Let's take a listen now in as Vice President Pence addresses the large crowd at March for Life in D.C.
Life through the compassion of caregivers and volunteers at crisis pregnancy centers and faith-based organizations who minister to women in the cities and towns across this country. And life is winning through the quiet counsels between mothers and daughters, grandmothers and granddaughters.
Folks, we're gonna keep going. We could keep going back and forth. We know that Vice President Pence is strongly pro-life. I want to go to Than Bennett, our Director of Government Affairs, because Than, during our break, but our Facebook and Periscope audience heard it. At the March for Life, Mike Pence made the point about the Supreme Court vacancy, that the nominee is coming from Donald Trump next week, and it's going to be someone who upholds the constitutional principles that the people at the march agree with. I mean, that would indicate a life-supporting nominee, and Mike Pence probably knows more than anyone else about who, we hear about the final few names that may be in contention and for that first Supreme Court pick by President Trump. But I think very bold for him to come out to March for Life and make that statement.
Yeah, first of all, Jordan, I would just say it's hard to overstate